Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. I am back with some DIYs today. Some DIYs for autumn time and also going into Christmas a little bit. I thought, why not? Let's get started early. And I was inspired by one of the things I had, so I thought that needs to be made a little bit festive. So I've got some autumn DIYs for you and also a Christmassy one, but I guess that one you could probably tailor to be for any time of year really. So I hope you enjoy this video. I know it's been a while since I did some DIY, so I was very excited to get cracking with them again. For these DIYs, the things that I'm using have literally just cost me £1 or £2. Got Mittens here having a little snooze. I think Pumpkin's over there having a rummage with my craft supplies, so we better get cracking. But before we get into the video, if you're new here, don't forget to click subscribe. I post brand new videos every single week. And if you enjoy this video and you'd like to see more DIYs here, then do give this video a thumbs up. Right then, a quick sip of the tea and we'll get started with the first one. Okay, for the first DIY, I'm going to take this metal house that's a tea light holder that I got from Poundland. I think this was just a couple of pounds. You might be able to find something similar, or you could use anything that's kind of a house shape. You could actually even create something similar using some cardboard if you wanted to attempt this using some cardboard. But I'm going to start off by covering it in some white paint. So just find any white paint that you can. I'm using a furniture primer. Ooh, Pumpkin, no! Okay, so now that this has dried, I've pulled up an image of Fortnum & Mason's. Well, actually I've pulled up an image of one of their Christmas decorations. I want to go for something quite simple, but I want to try to paint Fortnum's on the front of this house. So I thought it's a very festive thing and it's a beautiful building, so that's my inspo. I'm going to go on with, I think, first of all some brown, just to kind of do the main building, and then obviously you've got the famous turquoise below, and maybe we'll add a clock. I'm not sure, I'm just going to wing it. Now I'm just adding some texture by just using the flat end of the brush to try and add some detail to look like bricks. So I've just mixed some blue and green with some white to create the famous turquoise. I'm just very carefully adding a little bit more at a time because I sort of overdid it with this one, so I've learnt my lesson. Is that enough? A bit more green maybe? It's this kind of greeny turquoise, isn't it, at the front of the store? And somebody is enjoying watching this. Aren't you, Pumpkin? Now I'm going to go on and do the clock. And the storefront actually has a kind of tool a bit above the doors, so I'm going to take this section up. Okay, so this has dried, so now I'm going to add some detail just using an acrylic marker and Sharpie, and yeah, I've got all my pens here basically, so we'll just work through, just add some detail. I've just got some of this gift wrap kind of twine, and I'm going to add that, just using a glue gun, just up to here I think. And I've stuck another piece along here, and I'm going to add a couple of these bottle brush trees. And there we go, I think I am done. So all we need to do now is pop an LED tea light in here. Don't use real tea lights with this because I'm not sure if anything might be flammable. So yeah, pop your LED lights in, and yeah, I think that will look lovely. I think the Christmas stuff is actually in Fortnum's, so let me know if you fancy a little browse around Fortnum and Mason's sometime soon, and I can do that for you. But next up we have a DIY using some of this stuff. So you may have some beautiful tissue paper in your home, and if you've saved some, then I've got a nice DIY that you can try with this. You could also use some napkins for this one too. I'm going to take this plastic pumpkin that I got from the charity shop for £2. You can find similar ones in the bargain stores and lots of the supermarkets. I'm just going to take the sticker off, and then I'm going to give it a coat of primer. So you could use any white paint that will stick to this, so acrylic or some furniture primer or some chalk paint. Next I'm going to take some PVA glue and just spread this over the pumpkin, and then I'm going to start adding some tissue paper to the pumpkin, and I'm just going to tear this off and just add it in sections. I'm going to add some PVA glue on top so it will dry nice and hard. A lot of DIY decor can be quite bright, can't it? Like this guy. So, if you're not a fan of the bright oranges or the garish colours, I've got a DIY for you now that can transform something like this into something that's looking a little bit more rustic and terracotta style. I have this plant container. I'm not sure where this came from originally, as you can see. It came from the charity shop, but it's a pumpkin design, but I want to make this look kind of terracotta. So I'm going to mix up some paint, and I'm also going to add some baking soda to the paint to give it a bit of texture, and I'm hoping that will kind of make this look kind of like a rustic terracotta pot. So let's give this a go. I've got some acrylic paint here in some orange and yellows I'm going to mix in with my primer. Hopefully the three of these will make a nice kind of terracotta effect. And then we'll just add a little baking soda. And then what you can do is add a little bit more of the baking soda onto it. This will just help give it a bit of texture. I feel like it's lost its pumpkin shape a bit, so I'm going to try and attempt to rectify that with some darker paint in the cracks. And yeah, you can just keep going on and packing on the paint. Add some more of the baking soda or bicarbonate of soda, just to give it some texture and kind of add more texture around the creases. If your pot doesn't have creases, you can kind of create them using this stuff. So you could just use maybe like a regular container. So now that this is dry, I'm going to add some bubble wrap. I'm going to add some moss. I'm just going to add a couple of leaves. I'm just kind of gluing these to the surface, because let's face it, it wouldn't be one of my DIYs if the glue gun didn't get involved at some point. And there we go. I'm pleased with that. And finally, you may have found some of these near to you. These are conkers from the horse chestnut tree, and I know that in the US you might call these something else, but I've got a little idea of something that you can do with these in your home. Okay, so this is a really simple one. So I have this jar that I got from the car boot sale. It was just £1. It's one of these storage jars. And what we're going to do, you could actually use any glass jar, you could actually use a jam jar for this, is take the lid off. Now the first thing that I noticed is that this jar actually fits perfectly the lid of a candle that I had. So if you have an ornamental candle, you may well want to hang on to the lids and see if it fits any of your glass jars, because then you can immediately turn it into a beautiful autumn storage container. But what I'm going to do with this jar is actually add a candle to it. So you just place your candle in, and then to prop the candle up, all we're going to do is throw in some conkers. It is as simple as that. And those will hold your candle in place. Do be careful, obviously, if you're lighting candles, you could use an LED one for this. There we go, those are the DIYs. I really hope you like them. Do let me know in the comments down below which one was your favourite, and if you are trying any of them, do be sure to tag me in your pictures over on Instagram if you're on there. It's Mr. Carrington or Mr. Carrington Home, so I can see your creations, or just drop me a comment and let me know how you get on with them, and let me know if you'd like to see more DIYs on the run up to Christmas, and I'll try and get creative and make a few more things for you. Yeah, if you do have a go at any of these, happy crafting, happy DIYing. Don't forget, if you're new here, to click subscribe. I post new videos every single week, and thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. But yes, that's it for today. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back very soon with another video. Bye.